Everyone we see is a reflection of us. Something has always bothered me with the way that the government handles homelessness. I think it could easily be fixed. Something inside me, some deep core foundation, believes that they actually want homelessness. Because if you think about it, whether it's war or homelessness or hunger or any of the above, the government needs to make sure that these things exist so that they can get the funding to be put into it. You see, if there's a healthcare crisis, then they'll demand money from the budget to go towards healthcare. Let's say there isn't a healthcare crisis, but they make one up. Or they purposefully are short-staffed for the very reason that they can get more money to then go to somewhere where they know how to fix the problem. You create the problem, you create the solution. And in the meantime, a lot of people get wealthy. So with that context in mind, and that information at hand, let's utilize that against homelessness. So the price of living goes up. All food and petrol and everything goes up for no particular reason. It forces people out on the streets. A lot of people lost their jobs, through means of COVID or just general troubles. So that's put a lot of people on the street. We've seen a rise here in Western Australia just with the people who are out on the streets with signs begging for money. It's interesting, you talk to some people and they are lovely people, men and women, just trying to make it in this world. And then there are some who have clear addictions that we know about. You can tell the difference between someone trying to struggle to buy food to someone who has an addiction. Irrespective of which one it is, the government wants homelessness. They want people to diversify against your fellow friend or brother or sister. Create ruling classes so that only the rich and the wealthy or the income can afford to live. And therefore creating these people that require the system to survive. And in the meantime, a lot of people get wealthy. But let's look at a way to solve the problem, because in all the years so far that has created a lot of this homelessness, I have failed to see a government do anything about it that makes a difference. But it's so easy to fix. Some things can be used in a negative way, some in a positive. If we've been paying attention to specific things being built recently, we might find that the giant glass wall, 15-minute cities and stuff like that built in Dubai. Now let's take that, but instead of seeing that as a prison, let's use the idea for a positive way. Let's say we have one of those ideas. Within this construct, instead of it being a prison, we use it to house the homeless. You could build another hotel if you will, it doesn't matter. But you house the homeless. You give that person a room, a roof over their head, a place for their pet or their animal. I don't like the word pet, so a place for their animal friend. A shower, a toilet, safety. You provide the means for food. You provide the means for employment, education, learning. And you see, what you do is you get these people in and you give them heart and love, safety and security. Not one of these places will be used for drugs. If you are a drug addict, you will be placed into recovery. If you want to get hooked on the drugs, then this is where the problem comes in. We see always yin and yang in the balance of everything. But these people just want to do their thing in their environment out of harm's way. Are you going to support and provide for that means, or are you going to leave them on the street to find it anyway? I think in contexts like this, we must get to the root cause of the problem and see if the human being wants to change. Do they want to heal? Do they want to get over their addiction? That's when you help them. You'll not take away their room or their safety or shelter because you're giving them love no matter what, and you say, this is for you. If they choose to continue on their path of drugs, that is their choice, but at least they have a safe place in their room to do it. I don't think we have the right to question that. So we provide shelter. If the person becomes violent or aggressive, then there must be something in place to hold them. But rather than a jail cell, I'm sure you can hold them in their own room. At least they have food that can be delivered. Within this same building, back onto positive light, you house the importance of education, knowledge, wisdom, shopping, all of the entertainment things to help the homeless people get back into a way of spirituality, lifestyle, growth. It is not their fault, sometimes it is, that the situation has gotten them to this point. But regardless of how or why, this is how we fix it. There are so many smart, educated people who are just homeless, who have the unfortunate ability to be in the position that they are. But they have skills. They are just struggling to find a way to use them. And for the others, we provide teaching, learning, and infrastructure to help guide and support and train these people in the skill that might not know that they have. Isn't that what we do? Isn't that what our government should do? In the US, they're spending, whether it was 6 million or billion, I'm not sure, they sent that amount of money to Ukraine for weapons to fight war. Not going to go into that particular idea, but I'm pretty sure that $6 million, if it can be attributed to weapons, firearms, and military tactics, that there is money there available to be put into housing the homeless. Not just in one location, but all locations. There is enough taxpayer dollars to do that. Not just in America or Australia, I'm talking globally. You build a network between colonies and countries. You build their networks. You talk to them about networking. And you start a revolution of positive change within the homeless. The networking is very important because they see like-minded people, or they help get them back into that connectiveness into the public arena. Confidence, when wealth starts coming in and they start seeing money that they've worked hard for to get. Love and balance and friendship. Some people don't have any family, or their family have kicked them out. So friendship and support can be hard to find, but not here. This place would also offer other people jobs as well. So it boosts the economy with jobs and infrastructure. And we're not just talking that it's a secluded area just for the homeless people. No, everyone can go there. But it'll be interesting to see who does. Would you go to a shopping center or a supermarket or a hairdresser's that is totally run by previously homeless people? Would you be too afraid to? I think some would try to make it into a circus act or a prison for the homeless. But that is a negative way to think about it. What if it's a term that they can come in and get themselves ready so that when they have enough funds, they can move out? I mean, the room is just there to support their living, provide shelter and safety and warmth. And I'm pretty sure all the taxpayers' dollars can fund that and build an area that has all the things that they need. You give them a job. You give them something that they want to do, whether it's furniture building or painting. Maybe it's music. Maybe it's teaching law, and you have lawyers and doctors who are homeless. And when they have enough funding to move out, they can do that. And then that room will be given to someone else who needs it. I don't know about you, but I love this idea. I love the fact that when you think about it, is that not how we've been taught to live our own life through our family? Think about it. You stay at home generally with your parents until you're 18. You have a job, you get money, you move out. Because you're comfortable enough to support yourself. This is Western society. Some Asian societies will always look after their parents and live with them. That is fine. But we're using Western society for this one. And why is that not any different when we look at it that way? If you see it as a prison or a mental institute or a negative way, then that is what is causing half of the problem. When we see it in a positive light, and there is positive energy surrounding it, and there is growth, education, learning, sport, entertainment, you'll be surprised that a thriving location that can generate, whether its own income or income for all, just happiness and overall well-being, is beautiful. But it is just that. Well, you have some people that might stay to live there, yes. Why not? If that is their choice, that is their choice, but at least they are safe. Maybe they like living there and taking the money. Give them that choice, give them that right. They are no different to you and I, and if I was in that position, would I not want to do the same? We all live different lives. We all are each other. So I think understanding is a big key here. the government wants to keep it in the opposite way. They will not fix the homeless crisis. They want homeless on the street. They don't care. But I do. And you can fix it in a day, in a week, in a month, in a year. Even if it takes 3 years to build this so-called building, that'll have more done in a day than the government have done in a lifetime. And the support of the people will be there. Why not? If you take over a hotel building, you can start straight away and at least give them a place to stay. There are many, many hotel buildings around every location. Just buy one of them and house the homeless and start the motion, start the ball enrolling, and show that you're doing something. And don't worry about the legislations or the what ifs or this sort of stuff. Just manage it well, manage it appropriately, and put the time and the effort and the right people on the job to make it happen. Don't just sit there and argue with each other in a formal way and question why it's not good and why this would happen. Just do it. Knowing that you have the people who can make it happen because they've got the skills to do it. And it can be done in the right way. And if something goes wrong, you have made those policies to handle that situation because why? You had the right people on the job. And they did it exactly right. So you see, homelessness can be fixed. If the government bureaucrats stop taking so much money per year, or the ones who are on a lifetime benefit stopped receiving that, or all of these policies just took a little bit extra away from this, you could fix homelessness in a day. Or at least begin the ball rolling to what would be called like utopia. That's what they're targeting it as. But instead of seeing it as a utopian prison, see it as a ray of light, a foundation of change or growth for the better, for providing those people with a way of recovery. But not only that, just pure love in a place to stay, no matter what, with no judgment or hatred or anger towards you. This is how you fix homelessness. And if I were Prime Minister or President, this is exactly what I would do. With peace and love and light